Gravity is the force that pulls objects toward the center of a planet or other body. The gravitational force keeps all of the planets in orbit around the Sun. Objects naturally fall toward the ground, as ancient Greek and Indian philosophers observed. Galileo dropped balls from the Tower of Pisa in the late 16th century. He then started rolling balls down hills. He demonstrated that gravitation accelerates all objects equally, regardless of weight. Johannes Kepler's elliptical orbit law, which states that planets orbit the Sun in elliptical orbits with the Sun at one focus, also proved gravity. Isaac Newton's real insight was required to transform gravity from a normal occurrence of objects falling to a measurable and predictable phenomenon. Newton's Philosophia Naturalis Principia Mathematica, published in 1687, theories that every object in the universe, from a grain of sand to the largest stars, is being pulled on by every other object. In the mid-1800s, Newton's description of gravity was accurate enough to detect the existence of Neptune, but the law eventually revealed some flaws. The astronomers noticed that Mercury's orbit was moving faster around the Sun, which contradicted Newton's theory, indicating a minor difference between Newton's law and natural laws. Albert Einstein's theory of general relativity eventually put an end to this worry. Vera Rubin and Kent Ford, two American astronomers, discovered in the 1960s that even though galaxies appear to rotate fast enough to spin off stars, they were not whirling apart, proving that gravity held them together. Gravitational waves, or ripples in space-time caused by the acceleration of masses in space, were first proposed in 2016. Gravity is what keeps the 8 planets orbiting the Sun and the moons orbiting Earth and other planets like Jupiter and Saturn. The Moon's gravitational pull draws the seas towards it, causing the ocean tides. Gravity also creates stars and planets by bringing together the materials that make them up. Einstein demonstrated that gravity pulls on light. When a flashlight is pointed upwards, the light becomes redder as gravity pulls it down. This is invisible to the naked eye, but scientists can measure it. The weight of an object is determined by the gravitational pull. The gravitational force decreases with increasing distance from an object. This is why astronauts float around in space and feel weightless. The Moon has gravity, but it is much weaker than on Earth due to its lower mass. The Moon's gravitational pull is only 1/6 that of the Earth's. The gravitational pull of objects is determined by their mass and the distance between them. Rockets are required to launch astronauts into space. To escape the Earth's gravitational pull, rockets are required. Gravity pulls things together and equally pulls on all parts of the whole. This effect produces the most efficient shape, which is a sphere. The speed of freefall is constant across the Earth's surface. This implies that all objects fall at the same rate. On Earth, this speed is calculated to be 9.8 meters per second. Objects in Earth's orbit, such as satellites or spaceships, experience 12% less gravity than objects on Earth. These objects would simply float away if gravity did not exist. Weightlessness occurs when astronauts are inside a spacecraft in orbit. Because they travel at the same speed as the spacecraft, the astronauts can float freely. Gravity can cause bone loss, like muscle atrophy, and fluid shifts in the body. Plants and other vegetation grow in response to gravity. Gravity causes stars to burn by compressing their matter. Gravity is extremely important in our daily lives. We would fly into space and beyond if gravity did not exist. To stay in place, we all have to be strapped down. Because there is no gravity, anything thrown away will never return.